Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, July 29th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Charkow Lori, and you are at the pregame show. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. If you're tuning in later in the day, you may want to fast forward till this says 6:30 down here. That's where I'll get started with the meat and potatoes of the show with the indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. Between now and then, I'm going to cough. I'm going to say hello to my friends. And I'm going to answer a few chart requests and do an audio visual check, please. Good morning. Hey, Night Truck, Ed, Andre, Greg. Ed, that's the magic 8-ball. I have one if you want me to share it with you. Hey, Greg, Keith, Jonathan, you're in the UK, you're in Florida, but you know where you're not? In Slack. We miss you. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Topher. Anu. Yup. Andre, Bobo, Jojo, I couldn't have planned that any better. Hey, Samwise, Lewis. Thanks, Night Truck. Hey, Robert, Joey, Bask, Slackers. Hey, Chris, Mary, Roger, thank you. Hey, Bask, I will go over Bitcoin, which is, so BITI is an ETF based on Bitcoin as the underlying. So if you've been here a minute, you know that I prefer, if we're doing anything greater than 15-minute charts, to look at the underlying. I'll look at it and give you some key levels, but Bitcoin's the most important. Sure, Joe. Good morning. Let me back up and go in order. Morning. And we have data in 6 minutes. PCE, data, and personal income due in 6 minutes. Suncor for Lewis. Get that right? Yep. Okay. Okay, so it's an oil company, all right? So oil is in a channel. It's confined in a channel. Chevron crushed earnings with a very large buyback. Exxon beat on EPS, but not on rev. So it could lift XLE today. So just know that it could just benefit from being a cousin to those names. Okay, looks like we're negating a rising wedge. These higher highs are getting followed through. Your next resistance, 33.96. Do you have a specific question? Interested to hear. Okay. Hourly is overbought. 4-hour approaching overbought. Daily is approaching 50 RSI, which is the equivalent to the 26 EMA. Y'all know how I feel about that. That has been resistance since June 15th. That's pretty staunch resistance. So just remember that. I can't buy it up here. Lewis, I can't. My rules say I can't. Not with hourly overbought, and it's been running for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. If anything, I can top fish it against that $33. So if you're already in long, I'd stay in long as long as the hourly EMAs are below you. Okay, next one. Yeah, Joey, get them. Hit that like button, slackers. Okay, BITI. So I'm going to look at BITI. Don't be a biddy. So 32.89. So we hit 32.57. So we hit a new all-time low, I say in quotation marks, because this has only been alive for 5 weeks. So this is based on Bitcoin as the underlying. So it's an ETF based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has some short-term consolidation right now. So BITI may be a good buy. So I'm going to go ahead and do Bitcoin analysis right now. So we have 4-hour uptrend, but look at these upper wicks on these candles. That's bears selling into these pops up. I always tell y'all, think of it as a syringe. If you've ever been in the medical field at all, you know a syringe. That looks terrible. Okay, we're going to forget that I drew that. But it's a syringe where it syringes into the liquidity. So the liquidity is above. Let me get this right. This is pretty important, not for Bitcoin, for any name. So I want you to think about, these are the blocks stacked overhead of orders. And they syringe into it and they take a chunk out. 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 And the question is, how much more is left up here? Have they depleted 50% of that liquidity? 67%? How much? It looks like there's enough there. This last syringe, they just pushed it down pretty good. We're holding the 4-hour EMAs. We're losing the hourly EMAs. So the question is, on the next bounce, will we get a lower high compared to 24,137? We don't know. Volume will be the telltale. And then will we hold 50 RSI on the hourly? So I think BITI could be a nice risk reward bottom fish. All right. One back. CGC. Yeah, Lori, let's do this. I've never been to Canada. I know, it's just sad. It's so sad. Ottawa Valley. They have earnings next week, it looks like. 50 RSI has been resistant since April. I would top fish this. Whoa, against 259. It looks very similar to Tilray. The one thing is Tilray's gotten its earnings over with, so I have Tilray as one of the queen of the mountain trades today as a top fish. I like it because the earnings are out of the way. This was some notable volume yesterday at the end of the day, so we could see if they're going to push through 260. Your next resistance 262, 268. CGC bulls, in my opinion, haven't done a lot to earn your money yet. They got to work to earn my money, and I don't think that they've earned it. Okay. Go back. We have data in 1 minute. Let me show you how to find the data. On investing.com, you have filters, okay? So we're going to click on filters, and I do clear all. All right? Then I'm going to do United States. And then I do tell me the 2-star and 3-star as far as importance. Apply. And that way I don't have a bunch of Michigas and like junk in this report. So we have the core PCE in 1 minute, employment cost index, PCE, personal spending. And by the way, FOMC Wednesday, they talked about how this is one of their core measures, PCE. So even though we're always focused on the other acronyms, GDP, CPI, this is still very important. And then at 10 a.m. we have Chicago PMI at 9:45, and then we have some 10 a.m. numbers as well. So we always get questions in the room 30 minutes after opening. What was that spike? It's data. We have to be prepared for this. And if you're a TCG member, you can go to the whiteboard and it always has it listed what the events are for the day. Okay. Welcome, you're welcome. Hey, Keggers. Hey, Young Thunder, Rich, Joe. Y'all ready to get started? Okay, it's 8:30. We have data now. I see a little spike down in ES, nothing big. I'm looking at it on another screen. So let's get these introductions out of the way. This is who I am, Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. You could give me a follow on Twitter, please, at Chart Gal Lori. And while you're doing it, hit that like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, notify button, but not the exit button because we're just getting started. So the format of the show is I have all my notes typed for the day. I'm not going to read it to you. It's just to make sure I stay on track. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. Hang Seng was down 2.26% overnight. When we look at the pre-market scans, we can see that China had a bumpy road overnight. The DAX was up green 3 hours ago. What is it now? It is up 1.16%. So pretty decent. I try to update these notes, but sometimes by the time I go live, they're already dated. But for the most part, they have enough data to get us through. Apple and Amazon, they beat. Intel with a big old miss and Roku with a big old miss. And if anybody has the data for PCE, I have it. Let me copy it, post it. Good morning. I don't have enough time to analyze this, so I'm just going to post it. All right. So indices, we have potential 4-hour bull flag. Bulls in control as long as they're holding the hourly EMAs. 12 hours overbought in a weekly downtrend. So let me show you 12-hour. And why am I bringing up 12-hour? because we haven't been overbought on 12-hour since March, okay? So we're in a weekly downtrend approaching 50 RSI. 4202 is that magic number we have to clear for a weekly higher high. Still wouldn't be a trend change because we have no confirmation. So what we typically look at is the 4-hour. But look at this. 4 hours already been overbought and it didn't slow down the bulls. Already. Well, hell. Don't curse, children. So it's already overbought. So I want to go to a higher time frame. Okay, 12-hour. We're overbought. Bobby. Oh, Bobby, that was funny. So 12 hours, he's making Kathy Wood jokes and they're pretty good. So 12 hours overbought in a weekly downtrend. Here's the thing. Raise your hand if you've been trying to short this market this morning and it stopped you out. You can't see me right now, but I'm raising my hand, okay? So I've tried to short this market and it stopped me out. I can't keep doing that. That's the definition of insanity. That's why I quit marrying the men I married. Definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You got to change. So if you've been getting stopped out and have you had a day loser, a week loser, then you may need to reevaluate whether you're going to top fish today. If you haven't tried yet, this may be a good opportunity, but let the bears prove it to you with uptick in volume, downtrend on 15-minute time frames. Don't just give them the benefit of the doubt with your hard-earned money. Matt, you've been waiting. Okay, so we're running into the 200 MA. You see that? And we're 12-hour overbought. For me, this is a nice location for potential top fish against 41.44. On the 12-hour, that's the last resistance. But Dan teaches us, I'm going to cough again. Dan teaches us that when everybody gets on one side of the boat and it flips, it can flip hard. The bulls have trapped so many bears, and that's why they're getting so much follow through. So RSI, it means something, but you kind of got to think about it like RSI. Does it mean something? Because this is tied to news. Apple and Amazon, some of the largest market caps we have in our market, they beat handily. So it is news related. I am looking bearish today, but I have to wait for trend changes, and we may be getting them right here. We're losing the 15-minute trend on volume. So then you wait for a pop to short. All right. What was my other NQ? We'll need so NQ, we're going to be depending on NASDAQ to lead us today because Amazon and Apple had those tremendous earnings. Intel did lose and lose big. Intel, I don't even know what their market cap is. Yeah, 162 billion. Peanuts. So NASDAQ key levels, your next support is down at 12710. Let me go back to ES. So I'm going to delete everything. I'll probably regret that. But I just want you to know, if we were to get back down into these areas where we just, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, where we were floating up like a butterfly, if we come back down into that area, we could come down a little bit harder than bulls would like because we wiped out the order book. Can I tell, I'm just going to say it. Y'all know I don't mind embarrassing myself like at all. Like it's a problem how much I don't care about embarrassing myself. So this morning, so this is what it looked like here. Let's see what was right here when I woke up around 3 a.m. Okay, here. Y'all remember Risky Business and Tom Cruise sliding across that floor in the white shirt with the sunglasses and socks? That's exactly what I thought of. I'm like, look at this Risky Business. Tom Cruise just sliding across that floor. This was just major bullish action by RTY, and they're consolidating in time and not price. Now, they are pulling back a little more now. That's a little bit more significant consolidation. But when a name consolidates in time, meaning going sideways versus price going down, that's bullish. So we'll see what the bears can make of this pullback this morning. Okay, Pranav and Carlos, you joined my party. Okay, good. I'm glad you joined my party of trying to top fish. Support 12710 is the next support on NASDAQ. We don't have weekly uptrends. We don't. So we hit the higher high by $3. That, excuse me, $2.75. That does not a higher high make. And we still don't have a trend change, but we're right there, right there. So the bulls have the stage set for inverse head and shoulders. All right, RTY. Hey, Wasmil from Poland, you're welcome. Okay, let's go back to RTY weekly. 1919 is your key level. We hit 1883. Okay, again, we still have the perfect setup for inverse head and shoulders for everything with these double tops if they hold. If they break to a higher high, then you go, bulls. Support 1830, resistance 1883. YM high is 32625, support 32478 and 31944. So Bitcoin has been consolidating. Is that our canary? We'll see. So VIX is popping ever so slightly. It could be a bear flag. We were hourly oversold this morning. We were approaching 4-hour oversold. I'm looking for a slight bounce in VIX, and that could bring the market back just a little bit. Bitcoin again. Bitcoin led this consolidation this morning. It started consolidating before the market did. So what I was looking at is Bitcoin made this higher high. But I mean, are you going to print that for mom's fridge? No, it only broke by $163 and change. So that's not a big break on a $24,000 instrument. Ethereum, however, that was impressive. They got a true higher high on the daily. But what is the outcome expected for weekly? Lower high, Bitcoin. Lower high. So you're going to see blockchain names as my Queen of the Mountain trades for top fish setups this morning for the crypto bulls just to take a break. That's right, Andre. No bull follow through. There you go. So your next support on Bitcoin, 22580, on Ethereum. Judge orders trial for Musk Twitter case. Okay. Sorry, seeing messages from my friends. Okay, hourly EMAs are holding. So let's be honest. Let's be honest. I was looking for a top fish yesterday on gold against 1771 here. That didn't work. We were overbought. We had a nice top fish level, low risk, high reward, high probability of getting stopped out. If you took that, you got stopped out. Well, we're kind of in that same boat. We're overbought on the day, on the 4-hour, and we're in a weekly downtrend. That's typically where you scout a lower high. But as long as these hourly EMAs are holding, I wouldn't short gold, but we may have an opportunity sometime today. DeFi, I just went over Ethereum. Ethereum is stronger than Bitcoin, but right now it's still pulling back. Weekly lower highs are on deck, but it did get a daily higher high. Whoop, whoop. Okay, oil. Oil, we have a channel. I don't know if this is enough tightening to call it a rising wedge. I'm not calling it a rising wedge. I am calling it a channel. So we're stuck inside this channel since July 21st, last week. 8 days. We're looking for, so we got a 4-hour lower high, but man, was that puny right there. That was puny. Let me switch to the 6-hour. On the 6-hour, are we going to get a lower high compared to 99.84? I don't know. We have the Baker Hughes rig count at 1 p.m. today Eastern. That can impact oil. I don't have a clear setup on oil whatsoever. Possibly top fishing 99.84, but I'm not going to take that trade. It's not a high probability trade. We do have enough room for hourly high or low. Good morning, Chris. Okay. So nat gas. We got a lot of hungry hippos that want to short nat gas, and this upper wick on the weekly, boy, I get it. I get it. I like that Vegas song from Elvis movie. I haven't seen the movie, but I get it. So on the 3-day, we have a setup for a potential cup and handle. That's not what the nat gas bears want to hear, but it's true. 4-hour lower high anticipated compared to 884. 4 hour lower high compared to 884. I don't see a setup right now on nat gas for long or short. Apple potential 4 hour bull flag. Okay. This is where we're going to get down and dirty. I'm rolling up my sleeves. You can't see me, but I am. One second, I need to get water. All right. So Apple beat. This is the low of the reaction to the high of the reaction. As long as we get candle closes on the hourly above 160.89, it holds the level for a potential bull flag on a higher time frame, the 4 hour, okay? 160.89. So here's your instructions or guidance. That's a better word. Guidance. If you want to trade Apple today, I would look for potential dip buys into this 160.89 area. Wait for a stair step or a back burner. And then I'm going to put HOLB. If you've been here a while, you know that's very related to the stair step, but you don't need as many candles. So this is what an HOLB, high of low bar, would look like. Nope, here. On the 1 minute chart, if you have 4 candles, that are, y'all get the picture. I don't need to be anal about this. Oh, Lord have mercy. There she goes. So if you break the high of the low bar, you enter on that high of low bar, and then you put your stop under low of day, okay? So that's not a stair step because it's only 4 candles, but it's still clearly defining your risk. And you say, okay, if we bounce and then go to a new low of day, it stops you out, all right? If it goes to a new high of day, Yahtzee, you got a good buy, all right? So high of low bar is an option. Stair step is 6 to 7, 8 candles in a row, and they're not breaking those highs of the prior bar. You get what I'm saying. High of low bar has a lower threshold for number of candles. So on Apple, that's a way to trade it. And Amazon. So Amazon, I didn't pull this up this morning. I should have. I traded last year off the 15-second, last earnings on Amazon off the 15-second chart. And I said in the room, I said what I said. I traded it off the 15-second chart. It had a 15-second falling wedge straight into that bull flag level, 131.98. So let me kind of show you what it looked like. Let me get a black area here. It looked like this. A falling wedge right into the bull flag level. And then as soon as it broke out of that falling wedge, I went long. So on Amazon, that level's 131.98. This will be my personal queen of the mountain trade is Amazon. Why? Amazon beat more in a bigger way than Apple. So I'm looking for hungry hippo bulls on Amazon. And we're farther away from this level than we are on Apple. Okay? So on Amazon, this is going to be my focus today. I'm looking for a bull. I should have put that too. High of low bar. A bullish pattern on a low time frame. And I mean even the 15-second. I'm talking about IHS. Falling wedge. I'm just looking for some type of pullback because I can't just jump in. I guess you could just jump in and just put your stop below the first 1 minute candle and see if it runs. But Amazon is my focus today. Nvidia. Hourly EQ not benefiting from the big tech beats overnight because Intel missed so badly. So we have an hourly EQ. I'm going to disregard this broker open wick. 180.84 is your resistance and 181.40 support, 177.85, 174.40. I wouldn't be shorting Nvidia just because of Intel's loss, because Amazon and Apple have the strength, but I don't know that I'd be getting long here either. So it's a no trade for me. I try to tell y'all all my logic, and sometimes I don't spit it out as well. It's hard to articulate some of the subconscious thoughts you're having when you're thin slicing data, and I know it's part of my job to do that, so I try to do it to the best of my ability. Okay, Tesla, I had some stuff to say. Hourly EMAs are our guide. Tesla's benefiting from that mentioned introduced bill as well. Oh, thank you, GRXDEA. Thank you. So I didn't realize yesterday that the plug, charge point, F-cell stuff we talked about yesterday morning with the Manchin proposal, that it benefited Tesla. The maximum $7,500 credit on 200,000 EV vehicles is looking to lift that. So then it'd be available to more people. So that was a bullish push for Tesla. I was wondering why it was relatively strong yesterday morning. So I didn't realize it had that benefit, and it benefited yesterday. We'll see if it benefits another day. And it's also first cousin to Amazon. It's the two largest holdings in consumer discretionary, so it may benefit. Heads up. Hourly EMAs are your guide. Your next support on the 15-minute, 840.25. 840.25. Oh, you're cute, GRX. Thank you. Oh, come on, Mara. You, darn it. So what I was wanting on MARA was a top fish. High risk top fish against 1405. Doesn't mean it won't play out. This is my second Queen of the Mountain. So what I'm looking for is a bounce to short based on Bitcoin weakness. And look here, we're looking for a daily lower high compared to 1420. We're looking for a daily lower high. So we got some clearly defined levels on MARA, on Riot, clearly defined, 798, MSTR, clearly defined against, you could do it against 280. So Mara and MSTR and Amazon long, MARA, MSTR short are my three Queen of the Mountain trades. And then Tilray, what I guess would be the fourth one, top fish against 367. Those are my top four. Meta, I would look for a top fish today against 162. And here's the logic behind that. Facebook missed. So if you have $10,000 to allocate toward technology investments and you're looking at Amazon and Apple earnings, and then you go look at Facebook and you're like, what the heck am I holding this for? This is a dog. So that would be a reason to dump Facebook and go to Amazon or Apple. So I like a Meta short. XBI. We're looking for that daily lower high to get set. You have resistance at, I don't know why I did that. Okay. 83.93. And then 84.14. That's why I had that level up there. That was an after hours level. Looking for a top fish setup. I guess this is number 5. So let me write it out. Queen of the Mountain. How about that? So pick your poison. And on any name that ran hard yesterday, like plug, those are all on 5-minute back burner. If the 5-minute back burner happened during after hours, then you move it up to 15-minute. Now I'm going to set alert. Tell me when plug RSI hits 30. Okay. I'm going to answer a few questions and then I'm going to wrap it up. No, I don't see any cup and handle on Tesla. EGY. Tweezer top on the hourly, then resistance at 21.43. Oh, thanks, Joka. Okay, one more and then I'm done. UEC. A weekly lower high is anticipated compared to 472. It has some nice bull momentum. It has room on the daily for a further move up, but still a weekly lower high is anticipated. It's a little extended up here for me. One more. Silver had an amazing move yesterday. Amazing. You have a gap up here. Did you feel that? At 1864. Next gap at 1864. Gold and silver look a little... bulls may be tired this morning. I can't say for sure. And the dollar looked like the bulls were trying to defend some short-term support. So that's it for me. Thank y'all for joining me. PayPal, I would look for... it had a daily inside bar. I don't even have to pull it up. I haven't memorized it. The daily inside bar yesterday. It has that activist investment holding that announced that they have a 10% holding in PayPal. It had a rest day yesterday. I like it long today, even though it has a gap below. So just know that. I'm literally closing my eyes and looking at the chart in my head right now. All right. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to get a PDF explanation or look at our YouTube channel. We have a video how to set up your chart like Dan or Lori. All right, thanks for joining me, TCGers. You're going to see a lot of me in the room today, and I won't be coughing in your ear. Oh, I will at the midday live show. All right, love y'all. Use stop losses, hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter, Chart Guy Lori.